skip to content. One member of the so-called Big Five is gone, with Matt Harvey set to be designated for assignment on Saturday. Another took the hill Friday night after the news and had an inning as bad as Harvey's final frame in Flushing. Zack Wheeler was shellacked for 8 runs, including 5 in the first, and a late offensive push fell short as the Mets lost to the Rockies, 8-7, extending the Mets' worst losing streak to 4 games. The Mets 17-13 have lost 12 out of the last 18 games. This wasn't a case of poor luck for Wheeler. The Rockies tattooed Wheeler in that first inning, the thunderous S of bats ringing throughout Citi Field as the entire lineup stepped to the plate. Wheeler ultimately allowed 8 runs in 6+ innings on 10 hits and 3 walks while striking out 3. The 8 runs tied the most Wheeler's ever given up. He also did it on June 13, 2017 against the Cubs. The first inning started with 3 singles, a sacrifice fly, 2 doubles and another single before a fielder's choice and a groundout finally stopped the bleeding. It was by far the worst of Wheeler's 5 starts since he came up from Triple-A Las Vegas, where he began and made 1 start. Wheeler now has a 5.79 ERA in 28 innings. Todd Frazier hit a 2-run homer in the 8th and his RBI single in the 9th made it 8-7. Todd Frazier hit a 2-run homer in the 8th and his RBI single in the 9th made it 8-7. Mike Stobe, Getty Images. Harvey is gone after being deemed unfit for the rotation and unable to find himself in the bullpen. But aside from Noah Syndergaard and Jacob deGrom, who had an arm scare on Wednesday but is slated to make his next start, the Mets have huge question marks throughout the rest of their rotation. Gerardo Parra robbed Asdrubal Cabrera of an extra base hit to begin the bottom of the 6th when he ran toward the left field wall and made an overhead catch with his back toward home plate. Ian Desmond's RBI single in the 7th made it 8-2 Rockies, and they ended up needing all of those runs to stave off the Mets. Frazier finished 2 for 5 with 3 RBI and a stolen base in helping the Mets close the gap before falling short, 18. Asdrubal Cabrera's 2-run home run in the first inning snapped the Mets' 18-inning scoreless streak after being shut out in each of the previous 2 games. Zack Wheeler, Mike Stobe, Getty Images. Cabrera went 2 for 5 including an RBI triple in the 9th inning with 1 out to bring the Mets to within 2 runs. Michael Conforto's struggles continued as he went 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts, including 1 to end the game with a tying run on 3rd and winning run on 2nd. Over his last 17 games 15 starts, Conforto is 8 for 57 with 20 strikeouts, an HES hitting .187 for the Mickey Callaway on how the team's energy level has been amid the recent downturn. That's the one thing throughout this real rough patch that worked, and it's rough, it's tough, the energy's always been there. You've got guys like Frazier, those veteran guys, those young guys. We're not losing our energy, that's for sure. Saturday, May 5th vs. Rockies, 7:10 p.m. TV, SNY.